In this life, we are all walking around creating our own world. And in this world, a single thought causes the entire universe to shift. Just to take that thought and make it reality. It brings to you in your life the people, places, and circumstances that are a reflection of that thought. God said it was so, and so it shall be. Be careful what you wish for, right? You are what you think about most of the time. But see, the power behind all that are your emotions, your feelings. A thought powered by emotion is what makes things happen, whether you are aware you are doing it or not. Make no mistake about it. We have habits. We have ingrained subconscious patterns. I found an article that explains this nicely in Insights Association, how the subconscious triggers action. The word subconscious literally means below awareness. This level of the mind is not well defined or understood, but it nevertheless has tremendous power over human perception and behavior. Almost all brain activity happens on a subconscious level. Estimates vary, but perhaps a mere 10% of information ever reaches the conscious mind. As Freud put it, the conscious mind may be compared to a fountain playing in the sun and falling back into the great subterranean pool of subconscious from which it rises. One of the difficulties in assessing subconscious behavior is that once we start actively thinking about it or talking about it, it's not subconscious anymore. What is the emotion that drives the thought to move mountains? We think we can do it, which is the first step. Belief is the next. Let us explore the life events that we find ourselves in and how they manifest. You see, there is one thing that is often overlooked when it comes to what manifests in our lives. It's what you feel. There is a proverb, an old Chinese proverb that goes something like this. A long time ago, there was a farmer and his son who owned a stallion that helped provide the means for the farmer to earn a living and provide for his family. But one day the stallion ran away. It ran away and the farmer's neighbors said to him, "How unfortunate that your horse ran away. What bad luck." But see, the farmer wasn't worried. He said, maybe not. We'll soon see. And so a few days later, believe it or not, the horse came back. Not only did it return home, but it returned home with a few wild mares. The neighbors were astounded. "Look, your horse has returned, and it has brought back other horses with it. You sure are lucky." And the farmer replied, maybe not. We'll soon see. Now, a few days later, the farmer's son was out with the horses, trying to tame one of the mares. When she threw him off her back, he hit the ground and broke his leg. Once the villagers found out, the neighbors addressed the farmer, "We're sorry your son broke his leg. This is terrible luck. Terrible luck." And of course the farmer replied, maybe not. We'll soon see. It was only a few weeks later that the National Army began to march through the village, recruiting all the young men to go and fight in the war. They took every young man except for one, the farmer's son, whose leg was not yet healed, and so they left him. The neighbors cried, "Your boy has been spared." What incredible luck. And the farmer said, "Maybe, maybe not. We'll soon see." So this is an important lesson, and I'll tell you why in a moment. People, places, and circumstances. How many of you have ever went out shopping? Maybe you weren't out shopping. Maybe you visited the post office or Department of Motor Vehicles or a restaurant. And for some reason, you received the worst service you've ever received in a very long time. Sometimes it's the other way around, where you are providing the service and the patron is just unruly. The experience made you frustrated, angry. It made you anxious because you were being held up. That person that you were dealing with, that person was a reflection of not only your thoughts, but how you were feeling prior to the encounter. That could have been early in the morning, the day before, the week before. At some point in the past, you had feelings of frustration, anger, and anxiety that the universe just wanted to give you more of. You see, the universe wants to give you the feeling you desire, not the thing. The universe doesn't care about the thing. You care about the thing. But the truth is, you truly care about the feeling that thing will give you. When it comes to places, how many times in your life have you been prevented from going somewhere, only to find out that something bad happened there? Think about that. Think about the business you pulled up in front of, only to find out that it was closed. That left you going with another option, and that option actually turned out to be better for you. And see, those things tend to happen more often when you find out that the business is closed and it doesn't upset you. I cannot tell you how many times people have been in circumstances. Those circumstances changed, and now they've found themselves in a better position with better circumstances. See, we have these examples in our own lives. We have experienced these things. And you think this would give us a better understanding of why certain things come into our lives. So what is the key to this? What is the secret? The secret is how you feel right now. You are not going to bring good things into your life if you are always feeling bad. With that said, will bad things happen even if you are always feeling good? Yes. They will seem bad from a certain perspective, but you must understand things are shifting. They are moving around so that you can eventually get what you desire. You have to be able to keep your vibration steady. How do you do this? You have to keep exposing yourself to the things that keep your vibration high. And then we think, how could someone, even in their brokenness, manifest good things into their lives? It's because a positive thought is multiple times more powerful than any group of negative thoughts. It was the reason you were able to come out of it yourself. Some people think it was another person. That person would not have come unless you wanted them to. How many of you have met someone? You're feeling good, they're feeling good. You come together and find out, oh wow, we have so much in common. Reflection. Trust me, when you are feeling bad, that same person will reflect that feeling. And that is when you will see the things you don't have in common. You cannot control other people with your thoughts because they have their own thoughts that counteract that. All you can do is attract or repel. One of the things that I want you all to take with you today as we move forward into this week is that as human beings, we are very impressionable. We absorb things into our subconscious mind, which does affect our ability to manifest our desires, our wants, our needs. Dr. Joe Dispenza discusses the science behind this. He uses brainwave science to provide an understanding of how we are born with a totally subconscious mind. The infant absorbs information without critical thinking or judgment. They just absorb the information. It is at the ages of about 2 to 6 years old that we start to exhibit higher electroencephalographic patterns. And as adults, it seems that the theta state, the twilight state, the waking state, the hypnotic state is when we are most impressionable. This is the state where we can access the subconscious mind easier. Because let's face it, some things get in there that we did not want. And some things can get locked in there, causing a whole host of issues, including bringing unwanted people, places, and circumstances into your life. There is a secret, though. There is a way to access the subconscious without being in that state. Because the idea is you keep the subconscious mind so busy that you can talk directly to the subconscious mind. This is similar to how some bioenergetic therapy is done. You use your body to keep your conscious mind busy, leaving the subconscious mind open to receive instruction. But you have to know what to tell it. And this is where you can utilize some of those affirmations you've learned over the years. Those of you who are familiar with The Secret may also be familiar with Jack Canfield. Well, he tells a story on his blog, and it's a story about a woman named Sharon. And I am constantly reminded of this story whenever I'm thinking about how powerful these concepts are. It is almost as if we are superhuman. Sharon put it out there into the universe that if she were to eat pizza again, then it would be on her birthday in Venice, Italy, at a specific time and date, mind you. She went around verbalizing it. She went out and started telling people about this. She created a vision board with photos of Venice and the photos of the hotel she always wanted to visit. Fast forward 4 months before her birthday, she had decided to actually set out for Venice, and someone who heard about this offered her a ticket with no strings. So of course she booked the hotel she wanted to stay in, but it was booked solid for a conference. So because she kept her vibration high and steady, she called back 2 weeks later, only to find out when she arrived that the room that she was staying in was the exact room in the photo she kept on her board. Know whether you believe that exact story or not, this happens to people. It has happened to you to a certain degree. You've been given example of this in your life. You've witnessed it and experienced it. But we are never taught how to control any of it. The secret to having this control is action. You can think and want to go and do this thing or reach out to this person or work on this project, but you don't get your desired outcome until you get in that car, pick up that phone, or use that tool in your hand. There is more to come and good things ahead. Let's try to move forward in awareness than moving around in subjection to our sub-awareness. Everyone have a wonderful day, and until next time, stay awake, stay aware, stay safe, and I'll talk to you all soon.